The way you would transform to managing a web service is you create a proxy. So in this particular example, I'm creating an empty proxy here, just giving it a name and description. The uh, the use case here behind using SOAP services through a proxy is that you're kind of like abstracting the implementation of what it looks like from a user or from the client that's invoking it. So this is going to be called SOAP web services is going to be called as like a regular REST endpoint, and it's going to produce the results for you in JSON. So here I've just added some of the details that the proxy needs, and I'm actually going to be creating an endpoint right now. I give it a name. This is called a math web service, and I have a web service that takes 2 integers, and it's going to multiply that and give you the result. So for this demo, this is the web service I'm using, and I'm going to select a HTTP method here. And this is important to note it because on the REST to SOAP proxy, we will convert the HTTP method to GET. So even though you select a different method, it's still going to be served up as a GET response. So I copy the SOAP envelope, the payload from that web service, and I'm pasting it into this SOAP payload that this particular proxy endpoint needs. So just adjusting some of these parameters, and as you can see, it's set to REST to SOAP is true, and this is a payload. You can at any point go back here, and you need to make some revisions, click onto it, and make adjustments as needed. This is the actual web service. If I execute this, you can see there's 2 values in there, and I execute it. The response comes back in XML. This is the SOAP web service. This is an XML response that comes back. Now let's go back and try this SOAP to this REST to SOAP proxy. With the proxy, you can select any server that is available in that environment to execute. And because we actually don't create any pipelines in the background, this can execute in just about any available server that this particular environment has. Now for this, I already have set up another service here just to demonstrate how to easily invoke it. I have added a policy here as well to that endpoint. It's just exactly the same thing. And I go back to Postman, and that's the web service here, math web service, my proxy endpoint, and I have to provide these 2 parameters that's required as a query string parameter. So that's 2 values here, int A and int B. I invoke this proxy endpoint, and as you can see, the result is coming back to us in JSON format for that same web service. So again, this just is an ease of use to abstract the implementation of the service about this actually being called in the backend, and serve it as a REST HTTP method or a HTTP endpoint.